Hi, I'm Daz. This is Carrie. We are Married to the Music. We're going to do a reaction for Hannah Peel. It was another Mercury Mercury Music Award nominee. And this is I don't know a lot about her, to be honest. So we've kind of just picked the biggest listened to song on Spotify, which is called "Emergence in Nature." I'm assuming you don't know anything about her either.
No, nothing. Again, it's the same old thing. The Mercury Music nominees are new education for us.
I mean, of all the nominees that I've looked into, it seems like she's one of the lowest listened to on Spotify. So I'm guessing she's probably either the most obscure or one of the more obscure ones.
Okay.
And I don't really know what to expect here.
This song is called "Emergence in Nature." And we just had a quick look through the other
album song titles,
and it's all very much related to the world, nature,
climate change, and that sort of thing. So,
and it's an instrumental. Did you say you already said that?
I think so. Yeah.
So it'll be really interesting to see what kind of emotions it invokes in us musically without the lyrics.
Mm-hmm. Cool. Let's get into it. Okay, so what I'm getting straight away is sort of that sort of future technology vibe about it, like future communication, satellites, that sort of thing. The clangers, if you want to put it that way, they were very forward-thinking, the clangers. So I guess this must be sort of a comment on the world as it is now, very technologically based.
Well, we could go down a massive spiral of all kinds of things.
Stage is yours.
In this conversation. I agree with the tech stuff, and I feel a massive sense of chaos in that swirling pattern of thought that's come onto it instantly.
Yeah, the sort of synth of the kind of is not really matching the beat, so you've got that kind of
everything
disconnect between it.
And then just as you switched off, then it felt like it was kind of going into more like a trance type. I'm an holistic therapist, so I listen to a lot of
Blinky Plonk,
as I call it. And like the what's it called? Down tempo stuff. With the beat underneath, which I like to then relate to how it makes me feel in my chakras. So let's see what the rest of it is, because hopefully it will kind of... If the title's Emergence in Nature, I want to feel some kind of rebirth.
Bringing it back away from this.
So you start with the chaos, and then you come through something, and then out the other side.
And the video as well is kind of, obviously that's quite chaotic, and it's very much reminding me of sort of 90s acid warp screensavers and
like when you come home from a night out and you just listen to some chants and watch this. This
pretty much that.
His computer screen change.
There's quite a lot of sort of space that. What?
Really sorry. Because I don't know how it would feel if I was in a dark room listening to it. But all I can think of is when Ross is doing his in Friends, when Ross is doing his keyboard music, and he's just going
There are a lot of it's very soundscape. I was going to say it's very open, and there's lots of kind of.
I'm really sorry to draw that reference.
There's lots of sort of different sounds coming in from different angles, and you really feel like you're in a space. It's also reminding me a bit of Pink Floyd.
Oh, okay.
Sort of their sort of synthy moments, and that sort of long drawn out synth is reminding me a little bit of John Carpenter films.
Okay, I'm so simple, so like basic, and you're so good at being like, oh, it draws parallels with this thing over here, and I'm just like, oh, remember when Ross played his keyboard?
So I don't know quite how it's going to end, but for the middle bit, it did what you said, or I thought you said it was going to do, which was everything softened, all the harsh noises came away, and it was all quite ethereal.
So quite a lot
this
of
voice that came in from somewhere, just producing harmony, and all the sounds were suddenly quite soft.
Did you not feel distracted by the bing, 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 bing?
I think that had gone in that middle bit.
No, it was still there.
Was it? And then it just kind of all came back and erupted again. It feels like it's coming together.
I felt like we were going towards that doorway, and then it got all like.
It is kind of a bit like faithless or something like that now. No,
I don't know.
Just this bit where it kind of the sort
where
of
I wanted to go like
where the beat drops again.
Yeah, I mean it's interesting. Again, as another kind of new genre for us, really, I suppose.
Do you think it's gonna?
I don't know. Is it going to become a massive crescendo and then stop and like leave you on that precipice?
I mean, I guess what we don't know about this album is that
this could be
a continuous work.
Yeah.
And we're just picking a little bit out of it.
So you might not be meant to listen to it one at a time at all, and it could be part of steps. Yeah.
So let's carry on. See what we end up with. It's a bit inconclusive in the end, I guess. I guess this might be part of a...
Do you feel emerged into nature?
Not into nature,
Do you feel any resonance with nature at all? Did you feel anything?
No, not really. I don't know, I felt stuff. It was like it invoked feelings in me, but not particularly. Not particularly nature. I think it was too electronic to be of nature. It started to go that, as I said, in the middle when it all quieted down and you got the ethereal thing. It was starting to go that way, and then it sort of just came back in with the beat, like I said, and it was.
Definitely felt that point.
There was more.
There was a couple of bits where I felt like more rooted down into my root chakra, and then when I put my hand up there, and I felt like maybe this is working through and coming up towards like that emergence through your crown. But then I'm not sure. I just don't know.
Definitely felt more harmonic at the end, like something had changed because all the discordancy of the kind of randomness of the sort of first minute or two had ended there, and it was much more together.
It'd be interesting to see if you sat and listened to it in a still and quiet space, if you've got like a meditation space or a place where you sit quietly and you're not watching the screen, looking at the graphics, and to kind of focus on what images it brought to mind might be interesting. Colours, definitely.
How many chakras are there?
Well, there's 7 main chakras.
There's 7 songs on that album.
Okay, so
I wonder if there's something related to that.
Ooh. Probably. Well, I don't know. Not everything's related to chakras.
No,
it is actually.
But it's interesting. It could be. It could be.
I can relate everything to chakras. I quite liked it actually. I think I'd listen to some more. It's not the kind I'm always on the search for stuff to listen to in the treatment room. That's too busy.
Other ones on there might not be.
But they might not be. So I'd definitely have a listen to the rest of the album.
It's not what I expected at all.
It's obviously the kind of thing that, well, it's like certain pieces of art. Well, it is art, isn't it? Would you call that a painting, visual art, whatever, or a sculpture or something that when you look at it, you're not sure what it is, but then the artist has a lot of explanation about what it actually means.
Yeah.
And it's all subjective to you as the listener or the viewer, isn't it?
And especially when there's no lyrics to kind of contextualise it, you really just, I guess it's probably just echoing what you're feeling, as in, the feelings that you have.
Yeah.
Rather than the artist projecting onto you.
Yeah, you can project onto me.
Yeah,
definitely be interested to know what you guys think of it. If you're not familiar with Hannah Peel, and then
Mercury music chances.
Yeah, I don't know.
I've got to ask you this
as
everyone now.
Good as any, as good as any of them.
I'd be surprised if this one.
It's very avant-garde, isn't it? For I know the Mercury Music Prize is alternative in a way, but.
And to be honest, I mean, from what I've heard there, it's not that different to other stuff that I've heard. Maybe it doesn't feel particularly groundbreaking necessarily. I mean, I was listening to one song, and as a whole, it might work through and be that way. But just from one song, I think I've heard stuff that's similar to that.
Okay.
Cool. Nice. We're done. Cool. Thanks, guys. Cheers. See you later.